the fictional story about the adventurer and the Okoi. They say the waters of Malubog Lake are cursed. Still, silent, waiting. They say something lives beneath it, something with a heart full of hate, and a soul too old to forget. Alpha was no stranger to fear. An adventurer, a seeker of forgotten truths. He had climbed the volcanoes of Negros, trekked through the abandoned mines of Toledo, and once swam with sharks, just to prove he could. But nothing prepared him for Jane. He first saw her by Malubog Lake, sitting waist-deep in the water, her long black hair floating around her like seaweed. The light caught her eyes green, glowing faintly, not of this world. "You shouldn't be here," she said without turning. "That's why I'm here," Alpha replied. "I go where stories live." She looked at him then, and smiled. But that smile held secrets. Every dusk, Alpha returned. He brought bread, coffee, and stories. She brought silence, riddles, and a calm that seemed to drown the noise of the world. They sat by the water's edge, never too close, but never far. He was drawn to her, like tides to the moon. But the warnings were there. She never left the water. She never came close to fire. Her skin was always damp, and her touch, when it finally brushed against his hand, was cold as stone. "You're not like the others," Alpha said one night. "That's because I'm not meant to be with others," Jane replied. "I belong here. Below, you mean the lake. I mean what lives in it, what I am." But Alpha didn't flinch, because he was already in too deep. The truth revealed itself on the night of the storm. Alpha came looking. Despite the warnings, lightning cracked the sky. Waves crashed against the rocky shore. That's when he saw her rise from the center of the lake, not walking, not swimming, but floating. Her lower body vanished into water, twisting like kelp. Her arms stretched unnaturally long, clawed and webbed. Her face, still Jane's, was transformed. She was an Okoi, accursed water dweller, guardian of the lake, predator of the living. But her eyes still searched for him. "You shouldn't have followed me," she said, voice distorted through the rain. "You're not a monster," Alpha shouted. "You're the woman I love. Love." She laughed bitterly. "I've dragged men into the deep. I've silenced their screams with water, and yet I spared you." "Then let me save you," Alpha whispered. In the mountains above the lake, the old Babylons told him, "An Okoi is not born. She is made from betrayal and blood. If you burn the bones of her original form beneath a moonless sky, she may return, but only if her heart chooses it." Alpha searched the caves, the drowned wells, the roots of the old trees, and beneath a sunken shrine, he found them. The bones of the woman Jane once was. He waited for the moonless night, and with trembling hands, he lit the fire. The lake turned black. Winds howled. The trees bowed. And from the depths, Jane screamed a sound of agony and release. The water boiled around her. She staggered from the lake, human again, cold, bare, crying. I can't feel the water anymore." "You're free," Alpha said, wrapping her in his arms. "You chose love over the deep. I never thought I'd be saved. You saved me first," he whispered, "by not pulling me under. Now, I live by the lake, in a cottage where the water can still be seen from the window, but never again feared. Locals say the Okoi is gone, but sometimes, when the wind is just right, and the air is thick with mist, you can still hear her song. Even cursed souls crave warmth. Even monsters want someone who won't run. And sometimes, love doesn't pull us under. It brings us home."